Health benefits of figs and nutrition facts of Anjeer. Fresh and dried figs, Anjeer, are broadly expended in Mediterranean nations, and it is prevalently known as the poor man's nourishment. Fig tree leafy foods different parts, for example, bark, leaves, shoots, latex, and seeds are therapeutically critical. Figs are a critical wellspring of cell reinforcements, and devouring figs builds the plasma cancer prevention agent limit. Studies have demonstrated that figs have laxative, purgative, and against pyretic, lessens fever or brings down high body temperature properties. It is accounted for that figs incorporate hypoglycemic, antibacterial, antiviral, hypotriglyceridemic and malignancy suppressive impact. The benefits of figs juice, when mixed with nectar, is utilized as a compelling solution for hemorrhagia. Furthermore, the benefits of figs are additionally utilized as diuretic and expectorant. Figs, Anjeer. Nutrition facts: Anjeer nutrition contains starches, protein, cellulose, oil, mineral salt, and water. In addition, it is a decent wellspring of iron, vitamins, lime, potassium, sodium, sulfur, phosphoric corrosive and other indispensable supplements. Medical benefits of figs, Anjeer benefits. Both fresh and dried figs have an astonishing supplement arrangement, which makes it to a great degree advantageous for human well-being. Indeed, even today, figs frame a critical piece of the Mediterranean eating regimen. It is discovered that over 28% of fiber introduced in figs is in the dissolvable frame, which controls high plasma glucose level and plasma cholesterol level and advances weight reduction as well. Darker the shade of figs, more noteworthy is the fixation of cell reinforcements and flavonoids in it. The well-being advancing capability of fig fruit is because of the nearness of an assortment of well-being advancing mixes. So how about we observe its supplement profile of Anjeer? Nutritional benefits of figs, Anjeer. Fig is to a great degree feeding sustenance and is utilized as an imperative fixing in modern items. It is a rich wellspring of different vitamins, minerals, water, and fat. When contrasted with other plant sources, figs are one of the most elevated wellsprings of dietary fiber and calcium. Benefits of dried figs are bounteous in manganese, pres, copper, magnesium, potassium, and thiamine, vitamin B1, riboflavin, vitamin B2, and vitamin K. Benefits of figs contain 17 distinct kinds of amino-corrosive, out of which glutamine and aspartic corrosive are the most elevated ones. Figs additionally contain a lot of well-being advancing bioactive mixes, for example, arabinos, amarins, garotines, glycosides, cytosterols, and xanthotoxol. Figs are a rich wellspring of crotinoids, for example, lycopene, lutein, cryptoxanthin, garotines, and carotenes. Rich in polyphenolic compounds, both crisp and dried figs are magnificent wellsprings of phenolic mixes. Research has demonstrated that wine and tea are two great wellsprings of phenolic mixes. However, the measure of phenolic mixes, especially proanthocyanidins in fig, is considerably more noteworthy than tea and wine. One research demonstrated that the aggregate phenolic mixes, anthocyanins, and cancer prevention agent action brought down after crisp figs were sun-dried. The essential polyphenols exhibit in figs are flavones, apigenin, asterglan, camphorol, and rutin catechine, epicatechine, flavonones, anthocyanidin, cyanidin, chlorogenic acid, gallic acid, serenic acid. As a result of the high phenolic substance of fig, it is known as useful sustenance. Rich in antioxidants. Logical investigations have discovered that figs are a magnificent wellspring of cell reinforcements. Research has watched that routinely eating 2 dried figs, which is proportional to 40 grams, fundamentally expands the cancer prevention agent limit. The high cell reinforcement movement of figs has appeared to ensure against the advancement of maladies, for example, tumor and cardiovascular infections. 1. Research has demonstrated that fig fruit, fig stem bark, and leaves show solid cell reinforcement properties. Such impacts are ascribed to the nearness of large amounts of phenolic mixes. The cell reinforcements shown in figs additionally avoid oxidative corruption of lipids, and in this way, ensures the body against ceaseless sicknesses. Besides, it is discovered that figs have an extremely solid free radical rummaging property, and therefore, It diminishes the heap of reactive oxygen species, RAS. Other than phenolic mixes, flavonoids displayed in figs additionally show an exceptionally solid cancer prevention agent property. Fig mash and peels contain natural acids: oxalic acid, citrus extract, malic acid, fumaric acid, ferulic acid, quinic acid, chlorogenic acid. These natural acids exhibited in figs are exceptionally powerful in fighting oxidative pressure. Fatty acid composition. The majority of the fruits are rich in dietary fiber. However, a fig is one such fruit that is rich in both dietary fiber and additionally unsaturated fat. Distinctive unsaturated fat was resolved in dried figs. These include myristic acid, 14:0, palmitic acid, 16:0, stearic acid, 18:0, oleic acid, 18:1, linolenic acid, 18:3, linoleic acid, 18:2. Out of all these, the most dominating one was linolenic acid, which represented 53.1% of aggregate unsaturated fat creation took after by palmitic acid and oleic acid. The substance of unsaturated fat was around 84% of aggregate unsaturated fat. The benefits of figs likewise contain phytosterols that are plant sterols, which are like cholesterol. These phytosterols assume an imperative part in bringing down elevated cholesterol levels. Sitosterol is the most overwhelming phytosterol display in figs. Such a sound unsaturated fat structure makes fig an imperative nourishment for people with changed lipid profiles. Therapeutic benefits of figs. Anjeer. Fresh and dried figs benefits have an extraordinary potential to secure against various infections and confusion. Other than the fruit, fig leaves likewise display awesome therapeutic properties. How about we have a point-by-point take a gander at restorative advantages of fig leaves and fig dry fruits. Constipation. Research has demonstrated that figs have a diuretic property, and in this way, it helps in the treatment of blockage. Figs contain cellulose, a segment found in plants that expansion the discharge of stools by expanding the water substance and mass, and it additionally hoists the thickness. Moreover, figs additionally increment the colonic travel time of the stools. Along these lines, eating figs can facilitate the entry of stools without including excessively strain or weight on the framework. Amid stoppage, the development of the nourishment all through the stomach-related tract diminishes. Fig glue has likewise appeared to expand the intestinal peristalsis, that is, it builds the constriction and unwinding developments that push the nourishment, which you eat, through stomach-related tract towards its discharge at the excretory opening. Along these lines, people experiencing unending obstruction, specific where it is because of eating routine, can securely devour figs. In this way, figs can be utilized as a valuable, helpful and preventive technique for endless stoppage. 3 bits of Anjeer has 5 grams of fiber. Fiber empowers solid and consistent inside the administration. These are very valuable in treating clogging, as well as in acid reflux, stomach ache, and different other intestinal issues. The most effective method to use Anjeer for constipation: soak 2-3 figs in water overnight. Expend the splashed figs with nectar so as to diminish the issue of clogging. Type 2 diabetes mellitus. Among all the dried fruits, figs have the best supplement score. Other than having an amazing supplement profile, figs are additionally esteemed for its therapeutic properties. Fig leafy foods have been broadly utilized as a part of the administration of plasma glucose levels. Figs contain sound mixes, for example, polyphenols, flavonoids and cell reinforcements that assume an imperative part in the treatment of sort 2 diabetes mellitus. These flavonoids have hypoglycemic properties that adjust glucose and oxidation digestion systems. Moreover, flavonoids show in figs tweak glucose transport and essentially diminish hoisted plasma glucose level. Ferulic corrosive is a transcendent phenol exacerbate that stifles high plasma glucose levels and reduces oxidative pressure. An abnormal state of oxidative pressure is related to hyperglycemia, high plasma glucose levels. Cancer prevention agents exhibit in fig kill the destructive free radicals and battles oxidative pressure. Anjeer leaves are more helpful than fig's fruit. Anjeer leaves help in supporting the utilitarian control of diabetes. Fig leaves manage the measure of sugar enthralled into the body after suppers. The glucose adjustment rate may turn out to be less incessant. Indeed, Even a unique tea, produced using the leaves of figs, is accessible and advertised for diabetic patients. Muscle spasm and cramps. Research has demonstrated that the benefits of dried figs help in unwinding the gut. Such property of figs is ascribed to the nearness of alkaloids, flavonoids, coumarins, saponins, and terpenes. Figs have likewise appeared to have against fitful impact, that is, it soothes the fit of muscles. Moreover, eating figs additionally hinders compressions and along these lines, causes the muscles to unwind. Due to its hostile to spasmolytic impact, benefits of figs have likewise been prescribed for the treatment of the various hyperactive gastrointestinal issue, for example, looseness of the bowels and stomach torment. Immune system. People with poor and vulnerable framework are more inclined to contaminations and infections. In this manner, scientists are presently focusing more on reinforcing the safe framework with a specific end goal to keep sicknesses and diseases under control. The benefits of figs have an exceptionally rich supplement profile, that is, it is an essential wellspring of numerous vitamins, minerals, phenolic mixes, cancer prevention agents and flavonoids. The closeness of such a large number of well-being advancing mixes in fig tweaks safe reaction and eases infections. An exploration proposes everyday utilization of fig fundamentally decrease the concealment of safe reaction. What's more, utilization of figs likewise fortifies the resistant reaction and battles against illnesses and disarranges. Moreover, the benefits of figs additionally fortifies the activity of different insusceptible cells and hence, ensures the body. The aggregate white platelets include likewise expanded or gathering treated with fig alone. Such an expansion might be identified with the nearness of phenolic mixes, for example, crotoids, furanocoumarins, saurulin, and angelicin. These phenolic mixes reinforce the insusceptible framework and lift the creation of white platelets. Hepatoprotective effect. The liver is a noteworthy organ that is presented to ingested poisons. Such an introduction for a delayed period may make harm to the liver and may adjust its structure and capacity as well. Medications utilized as a part of the treatment of such liver illnesses frequently have many reactions. Research has demonstrated that fig leaf extricates displays a critical defensive impact against paracetamol-incited liver harm. Another exploration demonstrated that gathering treated with fig supper diminished liver harm and brought down the levels of liver catalysts, which were generally lifted amid the harm. Accordingly, fig leafy foods leaf remove are powerful in the treatment of liver infections and along these lines, reestablishes the liver cell work and standardizes the liver structure. High triglyceride level. Research has discovered that fig leaf extricate has hypolipidemic exercises and it helps in bringing down plasma cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Moreover, it was watched that fig leaf extricate likewise expanded the plasma levels of HDL, high-thickness lipoprotein cholesterol, great and sound cholesterol. Such an expansion in HDL cholesterol level secures the heart and keeps cardiovascular illnesses under control. Fig leaf remove builds the creation of apolipoprotein A1 and changes the renovating of HDL particles inside the veins. What's more, apolipoprotein A1 additionally added to calming and antithrombogenic, keeps the arrangement of the cluster and in this way, secures against heart sicknesses. Properties. Another examination demonstrated that fig leaf decoction brought down the triglyceride levels. Such an impact was because of the nearness of bioactive mixes in fig that impacts the breakdown of fat and along these lines enhances the general lipid profile. Accordingly, it additionally cuts the danger of coronary heart ailments. Anemia. An exploration watched the impact of fig fruits separate on hematological angles, for example, hemoglobin focus, stuff cell volume, PCV, add up to white platelets tally and platelet check. It was discovered that fig fruit altogether expanded the hemoglobin fixation. Other than this, an expansion in stuff cell volume was seen in a gathering, which was treated with figure. Such an expansion might be because of the nearness of little measure of iron in fig dry fruits. Besides, it has been discovered that both dried and new figs contain protein. Iron and protein are essential for the arrangement of hemoglobin, and nearness of both these supplements in fig make it an ideal fruit for hemoglobin union. The nearness of such huge numbers of supplements and well-being advancing mixes in fig is fundamental for the procedure of platelet development, hematopoiesis. In this way, fig assumes an imperative part in enhancing the hematological parameters. Antimicrobial properties. Many investigations have detailed hostile to microbial and against viral exercises of figure. The counterbacterial action of fig leaves separates demonstrated solid action against Gortonii, gram-positive microbes that causes dental issues anginosis, causes develop of discharge, canker, in the cerebrum or liver intermedia, causes irritation of tissue around teeth and gums actinomystum comedens and P. gingivalis, a gram-negative microscopic organism that causes aggravation of tissue around teeth and gum diseases. A portion of the phenolic mixes introduced in figs show hostile to caries movement, and such action is because of the capacity of fig concentrate to repress oral microscopic organisms. Besides, the closeness of flavonoids in figs show hostile to bacterial properties, and along these lines, ensures against the unsafe activity of microorganisms. In this way, the nearness of flavonoids and phytochemicals in fig assume an essential part in decreasing the oral bacterial contamination and consequently, gives assurance to gums, teeth and general tissue of the oral hole. In this manner, fig can be utilized as a characteristic hostile to a bacterial specialist in oral care items. Fevers and ability after fever. Studies have discovered that fig leaf extricate has a critical hostile to pyretic impact. That is, the benefits of figs help in bringing down the body temperature if there should be an occurrence of fever. Such an impact of fig leaf separate was like paracetamol, a medication utilized as a part of the treatment of fever. Figs are helpful in the treatment of debility after fevers or interminable illnesses. Liquid overload or edema. Diuretics are a class of medications that expansion the section and yield of pee. These medications are of incredible significance to people with liquid overburden. Fig fruits separate have appeared to display common diuretic property. An examination found that fig fruit separate expanded the aggregate volume of pee and grouping of electrolytes, for example, sodium, chloride, and potassium in pee. Such an impact of fig was like a diuretic named furosemide. In this manner, fig concentrate can be utilized as a characteristic diuretic operator. Wellspring of energy. Benefits of dried figs or Anjeer are the phenomenal supplements of iron, which is required in our body for conveying oxygen in the platelets. Lacking admission of iron can bring about tiredness, shortcoming, and makes us more helpless against contaminations by influencing the usefulness of the insusceptible framework, diminishing or increasing weight. For nutritional support. Since Anjeer has numerous supplements, dietitians prescribe a little number of figs to overweight individuals as it helps their health improvement plan. Be that as it may, when overwhelmed by drain, the fatty level of drain joined with figs can bring about weight pickup at the coveted spots. Figs additionally contain a high measure of sugar content, so its admission ought to be confined to 1 to 2 figs per day. Help for throat pain and other problems. Health benefits of figs help in recuperating and in addition avoidance from sore throats because of adhesive substance. Figs and its normal juices can likewise diminish the torment and weight on the vocal harmonies. Figs are likewise utilized for fever, ear infection, bubbles, abscesses, and so forth. Mouth ulcer. Having some drain blended with a teaspoon of powdered Anjeer can go about as a snappy cure for mouth ulcers. Breathing difficulties. The benefits of figs contain the satisfactory measure of basic supplements, for example, proteins, minerals, vitamins, fiber and sugars found in figs, can keep the respiratory framework hydrated. The benefits of figs help in clearing the endless hack and different blocks. That is the reason most dietitians endorse figs for different respiratory issues. 1 to 2 drenched figs will be adequate for breathing inconveniences and asthma. Clinically, it works when you feel shortcoming, exhaustion or tiredness, and specifically breathing trouble because of extreme effort or physical shortcoming. Else, it is likewise great to eat. However, as a nutritious tonic for the respiratory framework, the patient may require different solutions for controlled breathing inconveniences if the shortcoming or respiratory weakness isn't the reason. A sleeping disorder. The benefits of figs are additionally prescribed for patients experiencing sleep deprivation. It contains tryptophan, which energizes satisfactory and great rest by invigorating legitimate blood dissemination everywhere throughout the body. Preventive health. Figs or Anjeer gives a preventive medical advantage as it takes after counteractive action of colon cancer. Fiber display in Anjeer helps in flushing out the unsafe poisons from the physical structure and advances the discharge of free topics and another disease, especially colon. A few cell reinforcements like flavonoids and polyphenols display in figs help in keeping the harm caused by free radicals. Avoidance from postmenopausal breast cancer. Fiber amount in Anjeer dry fruit battles against bosom disease in grown-up females. After menopause, the hormones in the body vacillate every now and again, and these changes impact the safe framework, which affects the capacity of cell reinforcements to battle free radicals, significant wellsprings of the advancement of growth. In this way, admission of figs is prudent for avoidance against postmenopausal tumors or can go for some menopause treatment. Anticipation of high blood pressure. The benefits of figs contain a high amount of potassium while they are low in sodium content. This is the reason figs can help in opposing the rise and impacts of hypertension. The best possible admission of potassium empowers lessening the impacts of sodium. Along these lines, bringing down the pulse. Bubbling 3 Anjeer leaves in a glass half of water and drinking the arrangement can bring down the circulatory strain, settle the nerves and bring some serenity without a moment's delay. Wholesome support in venereal diseases. The nearness of supplements and figs benefits our well-being by curing venereal illnesses. Coordinate admission or topical application can render the anticipation of venereal illnesses. Offer strength to bones. Figs are rich in phosphorus, which advances bone arrangement and supports redevelopment if there should be an occurrence of the debasement of bones. Be that as it may, the calcium content in figs sustains the bones. Anjeer ought to be a piece of the day-by-day admission of developing youngsters. Skin diseases. Benefits of figs are additionally utilized for skin issues as it helps in evacuating wrinkles and in addition dark circles under the eyes. The high compound and vitamin C content evacuates the contaminations and dead skin. Standard uses of Anjeer can give energetic and brilliant gleam to the skin. Urinary problems. The measure of potassium display in figs washes away unsafe poisons from our body through pee. It likewise diminishes uric corrosive level by expanding uric corrosive emissions. It helps in controlling the substance of the loss in pee. Moreover, counteractive action of deterioration. Benefits of Anjeer help in counteracting eye issues, the vision of misfortune and alternate infections identified with macular degeneration. Also, figs are referenced as great nibble choices to maintain a strategic distance from the side effects of early maturing. Side effects. Disadvantages notwithstanding, it might have a slight purgative impact, so it might prompt looseness of the bowels on unnecessary utilization. Fig allergy. Not very many instances of nourishment sensitivity to fig have been accounted for. Research has demonstrated that fig skin has substantially higher allergenicity, capacity of actuating hypersensitivity, than fig mash. A case report demonstrated that eating figs caused oral hypersensitivity disorder took after by respiratory disarranges. In the second case, manifestations, for example, blocked nose, watery eyes, wheezing and dry hack showed up after dried fig was devoured. Skin tests were certain for dried fig, skin and mash of green fig, leaf, and latex. In this manner, it was inferred that diverse parts of figs have a distinctive capacity of inciting sensitivities, yet the most vital allergens are identified with the skin of the fig fruit. Dust allergic patients or individuals has a sensitivity to ficus benjamina ought not to take fig fruit.